Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Poland Daily Travel. Hope you're having a swell day and even better evening. With me in studio is tour guide Arthur Gorniewski, and I must disclose, good friend of mine. Arthur, we were talking in the last show about your origins as a tour guide, and it goes back to you wanting, as a kid, making a discovery of history on your back doorstep.
Yes.
Literally, in your playground. And then sort of having this sort of curiosity throughout your life. You spent some time in working in finance, which is totally different.
Correct.
From what you do now. What you do now is working with people telling stories.
Exactly.
Right?
That's the moment when you get from the office and do what you love.
Yeah, exactly. What you do is, yeah. Well, you know, Charles Bukowski famously said, find something you love and let it kill you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, whether it's a woman, that's possible, or a relationship of some kind, or it's the kind of work that you do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? And it's very important to find something that you love. Why do you love being a travel guide? I'm sure people would like to know. I'd like to know.
Well, seeing all these places, understanding its history, presenting the point of view of the minority that was persecuted once upon a time, turns out to be my passion. Just as, let me quote Jan Żabiński, so the zookeeper. We know the zookeeper's wife.
Yeah, the film.
Yes,
yeah.
yes, but the zookeeper...
That's a zoo in Warsaw.
Yes, and
you can still go there. The house is there. It's a museum. We've been there with this program.
Correct.
And so forth.
Yes,
Yeah.
and Jan Żabiński once said, I just wanted to protect the persecuted minority. And if these were the German people persecuted, then I would like to help them as well, if there was a situation like this.
Let me give you a little hard time,
Yeah.
but not very hard.
Give me.
But what you're saying is, this explains to me this penchant, we can say, for the, or feeling, for the downtrodden, for the people who've had a raw deal. This would explain to me why you've been so active in the refugee crisis from Ukraine and now the orphan crisis.
Correct.
You went from one to the other. So wherever there appears to be trouble, there's Arthur. I see you all the time. I keep running into you when I'm meeting someone, and there's Arthur popping up all the time. I even see on your feed about orphans on WhatsApp, I see people's names popping up that I know from other places.
Amazing.
So it's incredible what you're doing there, and I completely understand that. But why? It makes you very useful as a fixer. Yeah?
That's nice to hear.
It makes you very useful because you have a manner that people respond to in a positive way, but you also have knowledge. You see, Philip Goss, who's on the show sometimes, is a very interesting character and a good friend of mine, also is just an exemplary fixer. Both of you are, because you know people, you know places, you know history, you know how to get things done by picking up the phone and making a phone call or two. It's incredible. And I notice that with you. He demonstrates it every time I'm with him in some way. And I noticed it with you from the very first moment I met you, picking up the phone to organize us going into a hotel or something like that. And we show up, and everybody likes you. It's
but
amazing.
come on, Phil is that kind of guy when he talks.
They wouldn't give me the time of day, but they love you. Same with Phil.
Phil owns the room when he talks, so it's also a pleasure to listen to Phil and what he's got to say.
Yeah, he's good. But what would you say are the three top things that you love about being a travel guide, apart from history?
Well, definitely.
Or service.
Yes, so going back to the most beautiful places on planet Earth, which I consider Croatia, Switzerland, and Spain.
Okay, we're going to get to those later.
Okay.
We got episodes lined up to talk about.
So continuous visits of these absolutely beautiful places. Have a normal relation with people, because when you have a business relation, or like in finances, a relation that's based on basically finances and the profit at the end of the day is completely different than the relation you have with people on holidays. So that would be top one thing that I would ever choose. Spend time someone who's on their holidays. Of course, I need to be like a duck. Do you know the duck story?
You better tell me.
Okay, so listen, a duck above the surface of the water is very calm.
Oh, yeah, but it's
do it.
paddling like-
And then it's paddling under
Yeah.
the water. So when I go and
Yeah.
travel, I must make sure that
Yep.
no museum is closed on that day for sure. That nothing will happen. That no sleepy floor will appear over there. So that's demanding. I love it.
You love organizing things
That's definitely about organizing
and helping
things.
to make people's lives easier. Helping to make people's lives easier. That's what Arthur specializes in. So if you need a guide, I couldn't recommend a better one than Arthur Gorniewski. Not just here, but anywhere you might want to go in Europe. So we'll be back with more of Arthur tomorrow night. Thank you very much for watching.